Welcome viewers, this is WAEC Physics Exam 2023 question 1, and it says the force F acting on the wings of an aircraft moving through A of velocity v and density rho is given by the equation kvx rho y az is given by the equation kvx rho y az, where k is a dimensionless constant and A is the surface area of the wings of the aircraft. Use dimensional analysis to determine the value. So this topic is under dimensions of physical quantity. So what we are going to do actually, since we are to determine the dimensions of x, y, and z, and the quantities here, F, V, rho, and A, has been defined. So we are going to define F, which is the force, in terms of dimensions. Remember, we have treated dimensions before. The formula of force is mass, product of mass, and this in kilogram, times acceleration due to gravity, and the unit is in meters per second square. Okay, so for us to determine the dimensions of force, we will simply use the unit here, F, unit of force, which is kilogram meters per second square, which will give us the unit. The kilogram here represents a quantity, which is mass. Then the meters here is length. Then S time S square, which is T square. In other words, I can define this as ml t to power minus 2 from indices. Instead of writing 1 over t square, we simply write it as t to power minus 2. Okay, so I have defined F. This one is a dimensionless quantity, so I am going to ignore that one for now. Now I'm going to look at V, velocity. What's the unit? Meters per second. So in dimensions, I would define this as L all over T, or I write it as LT to power minus 1. Okay. Alright, let's go to the next quantity, which is density. What's density? By definition, mass all over volume, and mass, the unit is in kilogram, volume, the unit is in meters cubed. So here in dimensions would be mass over L cubed, which is the same thing as ml to power minus 3, and the area is defined as A L times B. You remember, both will have a unit m square. So in dimensions, this will be L square. Okay, so I am going to substitute the dimensions I have here, the values of the results, into this equation, this formula. Let me call this equation 1. Okay, so if I do that, let me call this equation 2, equation 3, equation 4, and then equation 5. So if I do that, the formula here, in place of f, I'm going to replace mlt to power minus 2, because this explains the meaning of f. So here this would be mlt to power minus 2 equals to, as I said, this one is a dimensionless quantity, so I would ignore this. In place of v, I'm going to substitute lt to power minus 1, and then we have x up times, let me write my x this way, times density ml to power minus 3 ml to power minus 3, and then y times area L square and then z. Okay, clearing the brackets, or if I factorize this, I will have mlt to power minus 2 equals to L x t to power minus x times my L to power minus 3y times L to z. Okay, so we are going to collect like terms. If I do that, I will have mlt to power minus 2 equals to, since we're starting with m here, let me first bring m. So we have m to power y. After m, here we have l. How many l do we have here? Have this one, this, and this. So here will be L x times L minus 3y times L to power 2z. This times, let me put this in brackets to avoid confusion. Okay, then times the next quantity is t. So the t here is t to power minus x. Okay, so we'll have that mlt to power minus 2 would be equal to my times L to power x minus 3y plus 2z from indices times t to power minus x. Alright, so what else? We are going to compare the quantities, the index here, x, and this, and then y, the term in the bracket, and then x. So let me start from m. here we have 1. Here we have 1. That's the power there. So since it is 1, so most at times we don't write anything. Now, comparing this, we have that y here is equals to 1. So one would simply say for m, we have y is equal to 1 by comparison. I now compare, let me pick this other one, t with t, the index here. So for t, we have the index x equals to 2. Remember, for t, we have minus x equals to minus 2. So this will strike off. So you can simply say that x is equals to 2. And the next quantity is, we have y here, we have x, so we have to find z, and we have a long expression here for L. So for L, we are going to compare this expression with what we have here, 1. So this would be L minus 3y plus 2z equals to 1. Okay, so since we already have 2 here and we already have 1 here, we are going to substitute them into the value or the expression here, x minus 3y plus 2z equals to 1. So our x is 2. We are going to write 2. What do we have here? Minus 3, and then our y is 1 into 1 plus 2z is equal to 1. So here we would have that 2 minus 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2z is equals to 1. Okay, so 2 minus 3 here will give us minus 1 plus 2z is equal to 1. So if we add 1 to both sides, we'll have 2z is equal to 1 plus 1. So 2z is equal to 2. Let me write it well. Okay, dividing through by 2, we will have that z is equal to 2 over 2, which is 1. So we will have that for L, our z is equal to 1. So we have y is equals to 1 and x is equals to 2, and then z is equal to 1. We have come to the end of today's class. Please, if you enjoyed our class for today, please do not hesitate to press the subscribe button and also the notification button, so that whenever we have a class like this, you will not miss out. Thank you very much and have a great day.